The FBI is reportedly investigating a shooting at a Republican congressional candidate's parents' house last month.
Pat Harrigan's campaign says a bullet entered just a few feet from where his kids were sleeping. His opponent has since pulled political ads which featured his lakeside house.
All right, joining us now for his first TV interview since this horrible incident, U.S. congressional candidate himself, former Green Beret Pat Harrigan. Pat, first off, could you tell us what you know, what investigators have told you, what happened, who might have done this?
Yeah, good morning, y'all. Thanks for having me. I think the most important thing to say is everybody's safe at this point. And look, I don't want to impede or influence the investigation that law enforcement is doing right now in any way, shape, or form. But what I can tell you is that we have many more questions than we have answers at this juncture. And this all started at the very beginning of this campaign when my opponent started to lie about me. And I'm not talking about just normal lies. I'm talking about vile and nasty lies. I'm in the firearms industry. One of these lies is that I profit from the deaths of children. Truly reprehensible. And this has led to a cascade of consequences for me and my family where I've received a very credible death threat. This was followed up by my opponent utilizing very poor judgment to actually shoot an ad out in front of one of my homes and display that home for all to see in the world. I mean, in the era of Steve Scalise and Brett Kavanaugh and now Paul Pelosi, this is just unbelievable to me. And he also used pictures of my family in a complaint that he filed over the course of this campaign. And then 2 weeks ago, my parents are watching TV at 11 o'clock at night, just sitting in their living room, and a bullet cracks through their home only 20 feet away from where my kids were sleeping that night. This is politics at its worst. And the reason it's this way is because my opponent is desperate to do anything that he possibly can to talk about anything other than what actually matters in this campaign, which is the economy, inflation, rampant crime, declining educational outcomes for our kids, the crisis at the southern border. It doesn't matter what he has to manufacture. He is willing to trade my security and my family's security to score political points, and it's reprehensible.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, I understand and appreciate you saying the investigation is yet to unfold. It's pretty amazing that you've already received what you described as credible death threats in the lead up to this incident. I'm just curious, do your parents live in a high crime neighborhood? Is this something that would have happened in the normal course of life living there? I don't know how long they've lived there. Or is this completely out of the blue?
Yeah, this is completely out of the blue, particularly for this neighborhood. And look, as a former Green Beret, I'm used to getting shot at. I'm okay with getting shot at. I'm not okay with my family getting shot at. It's another level. And when you take the totality of what's happened across this campaign with the lies and the demonization of my character, it just, none of it adds up. Folks just don't have bullets passing through their windows at 11 o'clock at night while they're watching television, while their kid, me, is running for Congress, while my kids are sleeping at their house. The odds on that are just super long.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Pat, you mentioned before this horrific incident occurred, you've been wearing a bulletproof vest to your campaign events. Your children are now in hiding. But you say that you're not going to be intimidated. How do you stay the course and continue to be focused on the issues that you think are important to the voters?
Look, I can only control what I control, and that is my vision and my agenda for this district. I'm here to get this economy back on track, to tamp inflation down so it stops crushing the middle class. I want to secure our streets, and I want more than 30% of our kids in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg School District to read at grade level. That's my vision, and I'm asking you guys to join me. At the end of the day, I think that the people of the 14th District are going to see through all of this. This is just a distraction from the things that truly matter, and I hope that they hold my opponent accountable for his poor judgment, because quite frankly, it ought to be disqualifying for holding public office.
Pat, he's got to be worried about you. It's a very Democratic district, and there hasn't been a lot of polling. But for him to get this aggressive with ads, obviously you are a threat to his political future, and that's all. Best of luck. You continue to try to serve the country, and that's all. You just want to keep your family safe. Thanks for sharing your story, Pat.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.